Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to do the daily recap and technical analysis on the pair Bitcoin USD. We already uploaded, it's being uploaded, the gold analysis, and with the same, in the same pattern, in the same fashion, we're going to see our daily analysis on Bitcoin. This was made pre-London. We were after the breakout of the bearish correction move from 48 flat and up until 44 flat, 44,000 of course dollars per Bitcoin. Um, we got yesterday this big upper trend, this big move that was called. We called the double bottom at 44,000, and we called the safer buys above the key level, above the price sensitivity area, above the other key level. So it was really, really nice and really, really good. So this morning we are coming from Asia session where we had some reaction between these price sensitivity areas. We we failed to break above, but we failed to break below these previous lows. We had an impulsive candle with failures to break above and close above this level, which was 47 to 50, I think, I assume. And we were looking for a retest of 46,500 or deeper at 45,800, because this is the last price point where is I think that this is 46,500 and this is 45. Okay, exactly. This is 45,800. This is 46,500. Exactly. We were expecting bounce from this level since the bias is bullish until we see price closing below this level, which is the last low that brought price to the new high. We are still in a bullish bias. And until even here, I'm still considering bullish because it's we can still bounce from this level. So this is much more difficult to see, to spot, to take advantage of after this eventual aggressive bearish correction, but is indeed still bullish. And of course, the safest buy is only above 48 flat, which is a big, huge price sensitivity area which cause many rejections. So let's see how it played out. As you can see, let's move to the chart. Here, as you can see, this is the start of the day. We are already starting, this looks low, but we are starting at this price point here, more or less, or even below before. So 47 something, 49, okay, yeah, 46 something. Exactly, we have one here. So on a pure technical analysis, on a pure, as you I love to do, price action recap. So we are seeing during night, during is an Asian session, some reactions at this level, causing a pullback. So nothing special, no big move, no big volume, nothing special. Again, it's very slow. This is not even a failure to make new highs, if you want to consider it. Yes, but since it's at a random place in the middle of the range, doesn't hold much value credit. We start with just range, and then we make this. This is at a eurozone opening. Is a much more aggressive bullish move, which is sort of reacting at these previous highs, not exactly, but then we have a correction, a mirror move, This can be considered a failure to break, failure to make new highs. We are still in a very small range here, so I will not consider. As you can see, we have this reaction. Maybe you can consider sells at a break retest here of this level, but I mean we're talking about maybe 10 pips, 10, 15 pips, so not worth it, because this is the 46 something very important key level. That's why we see not key level but price sensitivity area 46,800. We were expecting buys at the rejection, which is this one exactly 46,800, and we were expecting rejection. As we saw on gold, we are not expecting the rejections to be exactly on the dot. So 46,800 is here, maybe here. So it's not that we have to see always a rejection. I mean here, touch the line and then push back up. We can see maybe the first touch, then we see the double bottom can even be slightly lower, but then we see break, retest, sorry, for then continuation up. And usually what the price does is up, retest of these highs, sort of, or maybe some a bit lower, but we always create higher lows, and then depending on the volume, it pushes up. So we are not expecting price always to respect on the dot, the line, but we can expect some. You see already some reaction. You see that sellers are not able to break below this level, even if it's not that level exactly. We are around it. We are talking about a few pips of difference. And then you can see that sellers are exhausting here. They're failing to make new lows, and then you have a break, retest on the dot, continuation up. Let me put it in green. Continuation up, retest. What I told you. This is not pre-planned because this is just improvised. Retest exactly of these previous highs, and then we start to see impulsive. Of course, now we have some reaction because look on the left how messy this is. How can you expect price to just go straight up? But yeah, we are failing. If you enter, you still have your entry here. It's not, maybe it's break even or it's, you took partials here. You're still valid. You see price moving, but then you see price that is, yeah, it makes this new high, but gets rejected very, very fast. Why? Because if we look on the left hand side, we are at this price sensitivity area. Maybe we are not exactly on the dot. Okay, here. We are not on the dot, but we are for sure reacting to that price sensitivity area. Let me put again this arrow, because now after this one, we start seeing some ranging, some reaction, some failing to break. We sort of make a new high, so it's not our usual rule of failing to make new high. We made it, but we got a strong rejection. we are around that 47 to 50, which was the price sensitivity area we marked from the morning here, because it's the previous lows, exactly here, as you can see. You react, but then what you see is that price is still failing to break below. So you see that when it gets to this level, there's a reaction. Buyers are coming in from the sidelines, and then you can start seeing maybe not very strong, but with a New York volume starting to create higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. This is high risk, high reward entry. PSA slash previous lows, if you want to just consider the previous lows and not the price sensitivity area. This was rejection of PSA. This was just ranging, and this is the safer entry, because maybe not always, maybe sometimes it is very, very aggressive, very, very fast, but you can see here our price impulsive move, retest of these previous highs, almost on the dot of this week, and then continuation up. Let me just put it here, retest, and then continuation up. And from here, which was the fire. There you go. Safer entry, which was, I remember here, medium risk and rejection at 46,800, safer above 47 to 50. So we are playing exactly this one. This is the entry above 250 here, exactly over here. And this is the safer entry because you get a retest of these previous lows. Highs. This was the high risk high reward entries at 46,800, as you can see on the right hand side, 46,800, which was called from the morning. There you go. Then you start seeing price printing higher highs, higher lows. You see some reaction because we are approaching 48,000, which, if you remember, I showed you. As you can see, 48,000 created a huge rejections. So we wanted to be only the safest buys were only above this level. We see, of course, some reaction. It's very normal. That's why it's a price sensitivity area. But we see a break, very aggressive, as you can see, as I was telling you here. There's no retest of these previous highs. So there's not always some there's not always a retest and clean retest. You can either take an impulsive entry or you take the safer below here when you see that price is not closing below, never closing below these previous highs. So we made this new high. I want to make it higher here. Then we see another block being created because we are at almost 49. So it's a big mess. We get a pullback, nothing special. Then after this retest of these lows of the pullback, you see price resuming in the trend. We react on the left, yellow. You see the reaction, but you see here This is very high risk entry because you don't know if price is going to break above or continue down. Maybe it's continuing up, but after retesting these lows. So it's very high risk, it's very inexperienced entry. But when you see that price is breaking above and retesting exactly this level again, then you see the another spike up impulsive at 39 flat. And then from then you see some exhaustion, of course, after all this action. Look where we are reacting. Here you don't see much. You see a wedge being created against these previous lows. Let me put them good. Here. No. Okay. A wedge and a breakdown. But as you can see here, perfectly, there's a break and retest opportunity. This is 600. This is 300. Is 30 pips of scalp. Fast, clean, just price action, and not even to take the impulsive. You can take the retest when it pays to break above. Tac, 30 pips. And when does it react? Exactly on these previous lows. That's why I told you, even if it jumps from here, jumps back, you can go and then continuation up. Doesn't mean that it's bearish. That's what happened here. You get to take advantage of this wedge, but it's very short-lived, and you know because it's a scalp. So maybe here you have 5 pips stop loss, here 7, 8, 8, 10 maybe to be extra safe, but you get 30 pips immediately. But from here, as you can see, since we are still bullish, because even a pullback here, price will still be bullish. There's no shift and change in market structure, and from here on, you see again slowly, of course, because it's late in the night, volume is decreasing, but you see price going up slowly, but again for 300 for like 50 pips. So let me mark it up. So we got here safer entry. Okay, safer entry reaction. Let me put it yellow. Reaction at PPL, a psychological price level, because it's we are the very highs, new high. And also, no, I remember reaction. This is a key level. After a new high, this is a key level. That's why we got this reaction. No break below. Still bullish. Break and retest of previous. This is very, very clean. Very, very. These setups are very, very clean. What I'm writing down every day is break and retest of previous highs, break and retest of previous lows, and failure to break. It's very, very nice. I'm learning a lot from this. Now you can identify wedge against key level slash previous highs. As you can see, there's seller pressure here, red, break and retest, after break out of wedge. Wedge. Easy peasy. Let me put a hover here. No break below last higher low. No shift in market structure. As easy as it is. As you can see, this was the previous higher low. Bridging. That's it. Looks pretty clean, very nice action indeed. I gotta say, I gotta be honest. And see you guys next time.